Alrighty, so now that we got the distractor problem out of the way, which we obviously canceled out this right here, this was the distractor graph. Don't pay attention to that graph. You type in what was in that graph, and that's how you saw it on Desmos. We're moving on to this one right here, which says 8, but it's meant to be, let's see, this one was, we have always been 1 ahead. So 8 should be number 7. Alright. So it says identify the slope of y equals 1/3 minus 1/2 x. So this looks like it's written in y equals mx plus b form. Everything is just shifted around a little. So we're looking for y equals mx plus b. Now we know that in y equals mx plus b form, anything that is right next to the x is what is our m. Okay, and y equals mx plus b, which means that this right here, this equation can be rewritten as y equals negative 1/2 x plus 1/3. Now don't let any of that other stuff distract you, okay? Don't let any of that other stuff distract you. This is y equals mx plus b form, and this one's written in y equals mx plus b, which means that our m has to be either this one or this one. The issue that most of you are making half the time is you are answering the slope as 1/2 x, and that will not work. Sorry about the bell there. What I was saying is the slope is not 1/2 x. X is not part of the slope. X is its own thing. So that means that the only answer that you could have right here has got to be a negative 1/2. Okay? Now there is no negative on here, and there should have been a negative. So, sorry, I forgot to put a plus there. It's actually supposed to be, no, let's make it a negative. We're going to leave it a negative. So we're going to put a negative right here onto letter B, and we're going to make this negative 1/2 is our answer right here. So we are going to answer it like that. That is our answer. Make sure to write the negative on there to make sure that you are following, so that we can make sure that you are following what's on the video. And then second to last one we have here is find the rate of change of the table below. Now this is supposed to be 1 hour is 60 miles, 3 hours is 180, and 9 miles is 540. So the very first thing we can do is, guess what? Put it into Desmos. So we are going to go to Desmos right now, and we are going to type in what's in this table. So we are going to go to this plus right here, and we're going to go to table, and we're going to put a 1, and then 60 there, and then 2, and then 180, and then we are going to go to here, right here, and we're going to put 9 is equal to 540. And then lastly, we are going to put y, 1, worm, m, x, 1, plus b, and we get our individual slope. Now right here, it's giving us a very nasty slope that we won't enjoy, but that's fine. I mean, sometimes that happens. So we have, oh, this is what I did wrong. I noticed what I did wrong. That's supposed to be a 3. I was wondering why I was giving us such a nasty slope. All right, so our slope is our m, right? So that means that our rate of change for this one has to be m equals, and that was 60. So our slope is 60. You can write that on here. M is equal to 60. And that makes sense because 1 times 60 is 60. 3 times 60 is 180. And then 9 times 60 is 540. So obviously, this is a lot. This makes sense because our x changes like that. So everything looks good. And then the next one we have is number 9. And that's using the axes to the right, sketch a line with a undefined slope. And it should be an undefined slope, but that's fine. We're not going to focus too much on grammar here. So first thing we should look at is bucks and hoy. let me erase that. Hoi. So we know that vux is a vertical line, and we know that hoi is horizontal. Okay? Now, if this tells us it's vertical and the h tells us it's horizontal, the next letter tells us our slope. So m equals, and this one is m equals right there. We're focused on our slope. Another one that you guys are probably used to is Mr. Slopey Face. You're used to your slope being like that, and then this being a positive slope, this one being a negative slope, and then you're used to the line that goes straight down, which would be his nose, and then it's curled by a U right there for undefined. And then this one is the horizontal line, which can be turned into a Z, and this one meaning 0. So Mr. Slopey Face, I think I'm drawing him right, but if not, I apologize. I don't use Mr. Slopey Face as much. But we're looking for an undefined line, so that means that our line has to be vertical since that is vux. So if we sketch a line that is undefined, we could do it like this. And boom, we are done. We have drawn an undefined. Since our slope is undefined here, on a horizontal line our slope would be 0. So that makes everything a lot easier.